Hey, welcome back to the channel. So in part 2 of the Cape May adventure, we're going to take the ferry over to Lewes, Delaware. This will be the first time that we've ever taken the motorcycle on a ferry. I must say though that it was a really good experience, and I would definitely advise other motorcyclists to include this on their bucket list. The lady at the booth was very nice, and it was nice and easy to get lined up since we've got a lane to ourselves. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Do you have a reservation?
We do.
Okay.
At 1 o'clock.
Photo ID?
Okay. Are we able to get off and walk over here?
Sure. Would you do me a favor?
Sure.
Before you go, would you see your boarding pass?
Oh, yep.
There you go. And come on, machine, do something. Okay, don't give me that hard thumb. Are you going to go over? Want to go over to the terminal?
Yeah, so we're going to get on the ferry to go over. I was just wondering, are we able to leave the bike here and walk over by the fence?
Sure, sure. Well,
Okay.
do me a favor though, look, I got to look in the bags.
Oh, sure. Go ahead,
That's all right, well, you're going to get off anyway, right?
Yep, absolutely. Oh, whoops.
Oh, we got him all messed up. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. Yeah, you can go wherever you want. You'll see him pull in. Yeah, here he comes. You'll see him come in. You'll go on first. So,
Okay.
okay, so try and be back here. I don't know. Like 12:30.
Okay.
12:45.
Thank you. We then went and walked over to look around and watch the ferry come in. When we were there, for some reason, there were a bunch of floating horseshoe crabs. Not sure what happened to them.
Come on, please.
Are you ready?
Yes, let's go. Come on.
Yep. So as the other vehicles were coming off the ferry, they had us line up here at the corner and wait for the remainder of the ferry passengers to exit the ship. They then waved us on and away we went. Since we got lined up before the ferry started boarding, motorcycles do go on first. This is the first time that I've ever taken a motorcycle on a ferry, so that was kind of interesting. It was nice and easy. You want to jump off? They just had me back up the bike until the rear wheel was close to the bump bar and then leave it in gear and turn the wheel. Then they put chocks in front of the front wheel to keep it secure. We then headed upstairs to explore the ship. There is a nice little dining area. There's a ton of seating. There's all sorts of snacks and touristy items. After we explored the ship, we headed outside. Good, how are you? So then we proceeded to walk around the outside of it just to take in the different views. This particular ferry from Cape May, New Jersey to Lewes, Delaware has 3 levels. The first level is where all the cars are. The second level has the cafe and lots of seating. And then we decided to head up to the 3rd level, which gives a much better vantage point from a little bit higher. We stood here and watched the boats go by while they readied the ship to leave. What's that? 45. After everybody was all loaded up, it was time to get going. The ship reversed out of port, got flipped around, and headed out to open water. It was an absolutely beautiful day, so the ferry ride was nice and smooth. After the ship was off and running, we headed back down to the 2nd level. Then as we approached the Delaware side, there's this really neat rock wall. It was almost like a rock fence out in the harbor. I'm not sure if it was like a break wall for waves or what the deal was, but I wasn't able to find much information on it online, so if anybody else knows what it was intended for, please leave the information in the comments. As we were approaching the Lewes terminal, we decided to walk back down and go and check out the front of the ship from where all the cars were. At this point, they were making announcements for getting ready to dock on the Lewes side, and the wife was starting to freak out a little bit, so I was purposely delaying just to mess with her. So then we walked back to the bike, and she was all completely dressed and ready. I obviously had 0 of my bike gear on, and she was freaking out. And she was freaking out that I wasn't ready yet. So I went and put all my biking gear on, and as you can see, I was definitely almost late, right? Nope. They then allowed the first couple cars to go off and allowing us space to move off of the ferry. Waited for their go ahead and then we headed off the ship. We then headed out to Cape Henlopen State Park, and my apologies if I butchered the name. Thank you for watching. Check back next week for the final episode of the Cape May adventure. Make sure to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up to support the channel.